Hello, chat. We are here. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Today we're gonna be looking at the new Mirror Dungeon stuff. I don't expect this to be particularly exciting, if I'm gonna be honest, because I looked and there's not a lot of new stuff, from what I can tell, but we're gonna find out anyway. Wah! Hey, Joel. So yeah, they added Mirror of Immortality. My mic? Oh. Better now? Is it better now? I'm asking. I unplugged it. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Sometimes that hasn't happened in a while, so I don't know what causes that. Oh, I really hope my recording wasn't messed up with that. I might have to redo my entire voiceover for the video if it was like that when I was listening to it. Hold on, let me just quickly see if that's the case. You won't be able to hear this. Yep, I gotta redo the entire voiceover. That really sucks. Oh well. I'll worry about that later. What do you think about... Please, can we stop doing the potential man meme? It's so pointless. Like... The ID is decent, okay? Every ID that people assign this potential person status to has been decent, except for Sunshower. Sunshower was the only one that was actually bad. But people insist on making memes that aren't funny. Anyways. Puffy doesn't work. Tears of the Tarnished Blood Hong Lu is impossible to kill with an attack, so you can't trigger the skill 3 effect. Like, if we go over to him, like, we just look at him. By the way, why is this fire in, like, 6 frames per second? Like, his skill 1 is pretty good, honestly. His skill 2 is pretty good, because of these big damage bonuses that they have. His passives don't really do anything, to be honest with you. Like, this would be fine if it didn't require 4 Pride Resonance. Skill 3 does do a ton of damage. The problem is, I don't want to kill my allies, and that's basically my only big problem with it. This is also a pretty good Clash Book counter. But we will be able to use him today. Because, oh god, I haven't listened to any of the sounds yet for this update. Because somebody was generous enough to loan me a Yisang. I have not looked at the new UI yet, by the way. This is, like, fine. It goes a little bit outside of the bounds of the thing, but that's okay. Go to Mirror Dungeon 6, because I do, in fact, have Poise fully... Oh, I guess everybody's fully charged, huh? Okay. Oh god. Why is it so small? How do I get to, yeah, I know I don't have that. Why is this an option? Okay. How do I get to loaner IDs for this? Sort button. Not in ID menu, in team menu. What, here? Okay. Not implemented in Mirror Dungeon. Alright, fine. I'm gonna do an XP luxcavation so that we can see the ID.
일인가요? 어머, 부탁드려요.
That's a little annoying. I kind of wish it was implemented for Mirror Dungeon, but oh well. Anyways, here he is. He's very cool looking. Like, unironically, this is one of the coolest looking IDs we've had in a while. We'll see if he's actually any good, I suppose. I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard to tell if he's any good from this showing, but you get the point. Yo, Coffee, thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. Oh, that didn't actually do that much. These guys are supposed to be weak to Pierce, I thought. Thank you, Mr. Forsnorting. I kind of wish he was a bit better, but, it's alright. He definitely is cool, though. It's the world's longest skill 3 animation? Yeah, it is, but oh well.
사선이 비었어요.
공로 지원한다.
그 삶에 마침표를. 이러면 솔직히
공로 지원한다.
How's the bum ID? I don't know, man. He's like fine, is what I'd say. Probably. I think I am making a good decision in not trying to acquire him for the week, but oh, Ryoshu being a failure as usual. Sometimes I really do just say things to make people angry.
그대로 꿰어쏘리라. 마침내 깊은 수면에 빠지시는가?
What? Oh, okay. That he blew up later. Got it.
저기 벌벌 떨고 있는 나머지 녀석들도 처형한다.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just remembered. I'm tanking his SP because his skill 3 actually costs SP to use. Also, he just got obliterated. Okay, he's dead. Yeah, it's like fine. He doesn't even clash like that well. He clashes okay. That's the thing. It's like average clashing for what we've got. Why is everybody rolling? Oh my god. Hold on. Okay. Whatever. Who cares?
하나, 둘,
A tier list update stream? I was actually thinking of doing that, yeah.
을 떠올려라.
I should probably do it before Valpurga's knocked, if I'm being honest. Because that's gonna mess everything up, like it usually does, if I were to guess.
키스케이프 지금
폭로 지원한다.
이런 그새 정신을 잃었나. 형제의 원한
거기구나.
정부의 추가이다.
Just like the simulations, yeah. To be fair though, this is one of the hardest. This is definitely the hardest excavation. But still, he died to one attack. Like,
먼저 빠진다.
넌왜
oh, bye Heathcliff.
갑자기 이상한 걸 달고 온 거지? 이런 건 미리미리 털어내고
Right, he
다니라니까.
leaves after a while. A couple of dead weeks dedicated to Mirror Dungeon, which sucks. No, I think we're only gonna have one. Usually what they did with the last Mirror Dungeon stuff is they had 3 weeks in a row where they added to it. Has the other EX ego been found yet? I don't know, actually. I've seen a couple people were posting them in the thing. I don't really consider that to be spoilers at all, so that's fine. Anyways, we're gonna do poise first because I had poise ready. But all of them are ready, so you know. Now, I don't know anything about that. These are all the same buffs, yeah? Oh, I see. They take cost as well. That's fine. I don't really care about cost. "99% of Project Moon devs quit before making Mirror Dungeon kits good." I mean, that's just a case for anything, right? Oh, does hard mode exist? Nope. Dang. Unfortunate. Alright, if I see... I don't expect to see anything new on the bottom here, but if I see anything new, I'm gonna take it. I think everything new is, like... in events only right now. So we're going to be taking as many events as possible. To try to find that stuff. You do get 7 sinners now per fight, which is nice. You still can't spend beyond 120, no. No. Hard mode was never available on release. What was happening was when if the last Mirror Dungeon you played before the I gotta turn off audio speaking. I can't think over the sounds of these guys. What happened was, if the last Mirror Dungeon you did before the update had superposition turned on, it crashed. Or soft locked. I'm guessing they're adding hard next week. They wanted to give us a week to not have it, for whatever reason. No, he's not replaced by a 2-star ID. He is still better than Pequod. That's not even really a competition. I mean, skill 2 does more damage on Pequod, but only if you get all crits. What if Walpurgis isn't here because the sinners don't have Mephistopheles and they'll only get it back after the Intervallo? No, they said that the order was gonna be pretty definite. Walpurgis Nacht is gonna be the next update with IDs. I called that was the reason for the bug before they announced it. To be fair, I don't think they knew what was causing it. Is a thing to keep in mind. Like, it's pretty clear that they didn't test it before releasing it, but also that's not something I would have expected either, so I don't really entirely fault them for it, you know? Y'all ready for when one of the League of 9 has the Dimension Shredder ego? And just rips spaces and kills all of our units. Playtesting is hard. It's not even just that, it's because they use an account specifically for testing, they probably have that account reset for every update that they tested on, so there isn't a previous mirror dungeon. You know? It does less damage, actually. This theme song is still really good for when it was introduced. Yeah, it's not really something you would be able to test. And usually every single update has at least one game-breaking bug in it. Shout out to using Rabbit Heathcliff during the Ahab fight crashes the game. For no reason. Like, I still don't understand why that was the cause for that bug. It's so weird. No, you can't kill Hong Lu. That's the problem. If you have Tears of the Tarnished Blood and you shoot Hong Lu and it reduces his HP to 1, he doesn't die, so it doesn't activate the effects of the second coin. Because Tears of the Tarnished Blood stops you from dying. I don't know if it would count Dimension Shredder reviving him, but since he isn't a corpse when the second bullet goes off, I would assume it also doesn't work. You actually have to get a kill. It's not like you have to get something that would result in a kill. And that's why it's kind of limiting. It also just takes a long time to get to that point anyway. You know? If they fixed Ebony Stem doing nothing, that would be good, yeah. Teresh? Did it autocorrect ego to Teresh? What the heck? How does that even happen? I'll take a Devil's Share, sure. I'll take a going for the bullseye, sure. Let me see, can I get a good... No, I can get no poise gifts, that's cool. Please? Yeah, sure. Okay. Tarnished blood. Oh, I see. What time is it for you? It's 1:20 in the afternoon. Australian spotted, by the way. Or so, at least in that time zone. On-kill effects should work on Tarnished. No, because it doesn't kill him. If you read the effect that Tears of the Tarnished Blood gives you, it says prevents death from damage. Is there anything actually new in this MD? There's some new mirrored, there's some new gifts and events. I haven't seen any yet, but I also did just start. There's 10 new gifts. I don't think all of them are obtainable right now, is the thing. Aside from that, I don't think there's that much new, sadly. Now, the on-kill effect will work against Tears of the Tarnished Blood Sinclair, because his thing says when somebody dies. So that's actually a good pairing for it. Because it'll make it so that the skill also inflicts a bunch of fragile. Ooh, Nebulizer. Faust. No, I do not have the new Yisang. Oh, hey, chicken. This event is still so overpowered. It's the most broken event in the game. All the ones that just give you stuff for free are like that. I don't care about the new Starlight system. I think it's just kind of whatever. You know? I had to pity you on your banner. They did say they were working on some type of new game mode. Hey, at least it was a good ID that you went to pity for. Let me just put it that way. 2 or 3 seasons ago? You mean like the skill tree one, where you had to purchase stuff over time? I mean, I just don't really like that because it's just makes it easier the longer you play it. I'd rather it be the same difficulty each time you go through. I'm not going to pull for N-Corp Yisang, no. Like, I'm still going to make a guide on him. I think he's, like, okay. And that's all I can really say about him. He looks amazing. Fulpergus tomorrow. Hello, KQE-1J-23. Oh. I'm pretty sure the next teaser is going to be the Don Quixote. Like, I'm fairly confident that it'll be with the last part of the Mirror Dungeon updates. They should let Sinners get more attacks based on how well they've done in the fight. I don't really think that that would work. There's no real way to quantify that. When the LCE checkup event came out, I genuinely thought we'd get a new game mode because it had a 3D part in the teaser. That would have been cool, like, but it would have also been a lot of work, so. Blade Lineage Yisang is 100% better for the Blade Lineage team. I never would have been able to guess that. No, the team that the new Yisang belongs in, if you're gonna use him, is a Pierce Poise team. Like, you put him alongside the Full Stops, you put him along Sunk IDs, you put him along the Pequods. And those are the best allies he's gonna have. His bleed application sucks. I'm gonna just go straight out and say it. He's not bleed. Pretty much all of his bleed application requires him to get a crit, and that means it's bad. I already have this gift. I don't know why it's giving it to me again. Okay. Oh, another 1 to 2. Okay, sinking. Hooray! What's the thing I don't have? I don't have the picture frame, right? Okay, none of that is poise. I'll still take this. I'll also take this, because it's awesome. Refresh once for good luck. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. That's not what I was trying to get. I'm going to do something controversial. Never mind. I decided not to. Okay. There. Lucky pouch. Let's go. How much money do I have? There. We still didn't get a single Vaporgus Rhodian? That's false. We got a Sanguine Desire. You know what? I think it's funnier if I do it like this. Alright, Yi-Sang. Obliterate that chicken. That's an ego? So? It's Rhodian, is it not? Isn't Torn Memory basically unique charge? It doesn't say unique charge on it, so no, it's not. Funny. Oh, it actually wasn't enough to kill. Alright. Oh well. I'll just do it again. Hold on. This'll work, right? There we go. That one did more than the first one. What the heck? Alright, I was gonna grab Nebulizer. I don't really, like, what? I guess? Like, Contaminated Needle is not amazing in Poise, but sure. Oh, hey, special contract. I'm getting some very good reward things. Torn Memory should be unique ammo like Magic Bullet. I mean, I think it should have been an ammo ID to begin with, yeah. What am I doing? I don't want to fight the Toad. Actually, I'll fight the Toad. Who cares? So was a way to automatically slot defense skills? Kinda, yeah. I mean, you still have to target them, so I get why you can't, but... Okay, which eye is weak to everything? I have more Envy? Everything's weak to Envy. I have more... Yeah. This music is way too, like... serious for this fight, I think. Anyways, that was Blubbering Toad. Left eyeball, the eye that eats up all the SP of one poor sinner. And that sinner was Faust. She lost 40 SP. Eyeball? Oh no, Ishmael took 25 damage. Whatever will I do? Magic Bullet isn't actually unique ammo, it's just using skill. That's true, actually. Yeah, Magic Bullet isn't unique ammo. Oh, that's a very dead crab. Yeah. Okay. That's what I like to call crab soup. Is your character a roach? No, it's a centipede. Why does... Nobody gets it right on the first attempt. It's really weird. Almost everybody says shrimp, which is wrong. It's not a bird. I swear to God, Farson. I still don't even understand the bird argument. There was only one person that ever said that, and it's been a meme since. It's a shoot? That's true. Why did you tag me? I didn't? Oh, Farzan did. Yeah, you tagged the wrong person, Farzan. I thought it was a centipede? Well, then you're the first person to get it right. It's an earwig. I'm gonna kill you, Joel, I think. Why are you like this? I thought you were something that came out of a fossil? What? I thought it was a shrimp? No, it's not a shrimp. Why do people keep thinking this? Why did they make this into a tremor ego again? Stop labeling this as tremor. It's not related to tremor at all. I noticed this fell bullet Ythang has failed to make the poise team. I don't have the ID. Is pure poise for story, is Sunk East Dawn better than Blade Lineage Dawn? If you don't have the other Blade Lineage stuff, yeah. I would say so. Oh, you thought I was making a Metamorphosis reference. You know what, that's fair, I suppose. It's for Stagger and Sloth, but those are two things that you can interact with without touching Tremor. That was the thing. I should probably craft Clear Mirror. I think I can, right? Because I've got these things and none of these do anything for me. What tier 2 do I not care about? This one, definitely. Huh? No, I don't care. God dang it. Of course. This game hates me, I swear. That works. Okay, well this run is completely over. Yeah, it's Buzzy Beetle. In Russian, my name is Buzzy Beetle. Also, helmet insect, technically, but don't worry about it. I think I probably kill in one turn. Or Fast could get tails twice. That's fine. Whatever. I should have just had her clash, honestly. She needs to get her SP back. Cat roach. What? Where's the cat coming from? Why is Heathcliff glowing red? Oh, because he's tipsy. Anyways. I think I get the status rock every single time I try to fuse for an actual gift. Okay, floor 4. What does this do again? What's the requested target thing? I don't really care about that. Emerald Elytra is alright. This doesn't really have that many difficult enemies. It's just a long fight, right? Might as well. To be fair, I think Fragment of Conceit is one of the better ones. So, there's that. Oh, no, it is just a normal one. I don't know why they labeled it as an Abno fight then. Why, by the way, why did they make smoke so bad? I know we don't have access to it ourselves, but smoke is a terrible status effect. Kaskozhuk is kind of similar to Koska, and that's cat in Russian. Oh. I see. Well, that was it. Okay. I was expecting there to be more enemies. Oh, hi, Wound Clarid. I don't give a shit about Starlight. Full stop by bullet. Hello there. Keyword list. This is the request target one. We're gonna do this one. Gun. Dark flame smoking pipe. Now the person who's deployed first is unstoppable. Equalizer. That's the good one. That just makes Pierce really strong. Isn't it just ruin a smoke but with count? No. No, it's not. Like, I'll show you. Okay, smoke. Max potency 10, max count 5. At 9 or more potency, final power +1. Take 5% more damage for every potency. Oh, I guess they do have the puffy broom effect. Why, though? Like, what's the point in having puffy broom? Just make it, say, deal more damage. Since the player doesn't have access to it. Fairy Tale bug. Did you see the new EX gifts? I don't know exactly what they are. We're trying to find new stuff. What do you mean, why? Like, what I mean is, since they're not going to give us smoke, and I'm assuming they're not going to, they might, just put the puffy broom effect in smoke. It's not like you're ever going to intentionally have it on a unit that doesn't also have puffy broom anyways. You know? I know that's how it works, it's just... Smiling faces next full perk is knocked. Well, to be fair, the next full perk is knocked after the one we're about to get is Ruin L1. So, I guess. Okay, we can make this better. Somehow. I need another tier 3 gift. There's one. Hey. And then I think I'll probably sell Homeward so that I can upgrade something. This, most likely. There we go. I didn't get a skill from that shot, but I really don't feel like it's gonna matter that much. We get the index, so we have all the fingers. I don't think the index is gonna come from full Perkusnocht. I think we're just getting that in the next Kanto. I think it's the She. I'd rather they just give us some She IDs. Don't they inflict smoke on you? I have no idea. I think we might get smoke, but it'd have to be when we meet a smoke faction. I mean, maybe. It's possible. There are 40 enemies in this, by the way. I'm doing a little bit of damage. It seems like. Yeah, that's a little bit of damage. I'm killing everything with the first hit of every skill. We're just gonna get Dreaming Currents. Please don't. I don't want more Dreaming Current support. Kinda surprised that people think your avatar is a shrimp. I always thought it was a centipede and never considered it could be something else. I don't know if you're just doing that to be contrarian or not, but... But yeah, I really don't want Dreaming Current. You can tell, I don't like that abnormality. Is it better or worse to have Thumb Sinclair benched over having Sunk Sinclair in backup? I don't even remember what Sunk Sinclair does in backup. So... It's not an earwig, Joel. Shut up. But having the ability to reload is nice. The Rain World centipedes, that's fair. I haven't played Rain World. I should. Probably. What the hell? I forgot this gift existed. Okay. Alright. This is an easy one. Gives haste when you dodge, something you will rarely do in the poise team. Yeah, I think I'd rather just have the ability to reload, I'm gonna be honest. Hello? Oh, epic. It's just more damage, so. I haven't found that you really need to reload for a poise team. You can keep Heathcliff in battle longer. It gives him 5 bullets, so like... It's not bad. I am not gonna pull for the new Yisang, no. I'm just gonna get it. Oh, 21? That doesn't seem that big a deal. It's dealing 250 damage instead of 1,000. It was like, okay. Singing Machine? I actually wouldn't mind Singing Machine. I like Singing Machine. Excuse me, Heathcliff. You could get heads at any point. I can't tell when the contract effect is active. It's a status effect. You'll just inflict it. I want to put people into the doohickey. Who's getting Knight of Despair ID? Well, unfortunately, somebody was in chat earlier and told me what the other ID was going to be. I'm not going to say what it is, and I don't think anybody else should say what it is either. But... it would be nice to see a Knight of Despair thing. I do still want to see more of the Heisho packs. We know we're getting a Heisho pack ID for the Intervallo. But... Sword sharpened with tears, Heathcliff? That'd be very funny, because it doesn't fit him at all. I wish it was Black Swan, but it'll probably be like Snow White's apple. What are you talking about, Jewel? I don't know who said it earlier. Good. I timed them out for the entire day. Because I don't allow people to talk about leaks in my chat. Oh, you're talking about non-disclosure agreement. I thought you were talking about the Magic Bullet contract. How does it not hit Heathcliff? I think it does fit Heathcliff, but it's just Heathcliff got something in the last full Purkis knock, so I don't expect it to be him. You know? Lady facing the wall, Rhodian. Alright. I can't tell when it's active. Has it been leaked? Yes, it's been data mined, which is why I'm not letting people talk about it. I want a Dragon Heisho. I mean, the one that I want the most is the Roosters. I don't want to fight this guy, it'll take too long. And by take too long, I mean I'd probably kill him in one turn, but don't worry about it. It's just Sign of Roses. I'm not using you. I'll take Phantom Pain. I'll take another going for the bullseye. Alright, is there any gifts that I care about in my inventory to upgrade? Let me just sell this because it's useless. This is also really not helpful, if I'm being honest, and I honestly don't care about 10 more damage. Yeah, sure. Roosters would probably be Rupture Burn. I wouldn't mind, yeah. Sinclair getting a sinking ID that isn't Mariachi when? Good question, actually. I would really like that. $22. Okay. It does kind of just feel like easier Mirror Dungeon so far. Oh. Well, that did 2,000 damage. Alright. Imagine if that's what the Nelly fight was like in the story. How about for Ryoshu and Dawn? Yes, please, actually. Ryoshu really needs a sinking ID. 50% of damage dealt was by Heathcliff. Alright. That makes sense, actually. How did... 2 damage? Alright, well, we didn't find anything new in that one. Sinclair and Yi-Sang have the most IDs right now. That's true. How less? What was that being referred to? Hang on, what was the question? Do you get Battle Pass XP if you complete normal or hard MDs without the weekly bonus? Yeah, you get 30 every single time you do a mirror dungeon and claim rewards. Let's do Burn. I like Burn. We'll do Burn last. Let's do Bleed. I'll do a Kurokuma run, because I think that'd be fun. Did I forget one of the Kurokuma IDs? Hold on. I did. It was Rhodium. She was in the Poise team. Never mind. We won't do a Kurakuma run. We'll do... Sinking. As you can probably tell, I just kind of do things in a random order. Give Rhodia another Rupture ID? She just got a Rupture ID. What do you mean? It's not even that bad. Oh, hi there. I mean, I'm gonna get this gift at the end of the floor anyways, but I might as well. Alright. Sure, whatever. Sinking, Tremor, and Charge felt less awful. No, I think the only one that actually feels bad to do is Tremor. If I'm being honest. Everybody else can just kind of win rate. Rhodia has gotten 3 Rupture IDs in a row. You know what? Fair. I forgot about that. She really has, hasn't she? I think you mean Earwig. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna freak out. Sinking feels slow to do? I don't know, it's kind of fine. I'm okay with a little bit of a relaxing run every once in a while. It's definitely not hard. The one I don't like doing normal is Bleed. I mean, I don't like doing any of them in normal difficulty, but that's just because I don't really like playing normal difficulty Mirror Dungeon that much. Sinking doesn't get proper damage or coin buffs from gifts, says the guy in chat who forgets about artistic sense. Doesn't help, but Sinking kind of wants you to do 3 extremely slow floors at the start of the run. I don't see how you figure. Just don't do Violet Noon, who cares? The gifts in there don't matter. Oh hey. This is damage as well. Artistic doesn't help on later floors. It's a flat 50% damage boost. What do you mean it doesn't help on later floors? Hey, Ezzy. This is my background audio while I do my weekly Mirror Dungeons. I mean, this is my background audio while I do my weekly Mirror Dungeons. They did change the Sinner UI. I'm still getting used to it. Rupture is just kind of boring in general to me. I've gone over it before, but it is my least favorite team, just in general. I don't really like the playstyle. Then there's Rags. Rags is awkward because one of the IDs you usually use in a sinking team has a negative coin skill. Still new, so I have a team full of Rupture and Tremor. No, that's fine. If you enjoy using the Rupture IDs are good enough now that you can just kind of throw them in and be fine. Oh, speaking of Rags. Keyword refresh, we will get... Sure. It's not my favorite, but I'll take it. Okay. I love burn, but I get glimpse of flames and set everything on fire, and the sound of every enemy dying at the same time bursts my eardrums. You know what? Fair. Yeah, I can see that being an issue. It would be loud. Rags is useful to make sure that LMD actually does something. I mean, or you could be like me and never equip the horse during Mirror Dungeon. Plus 50% damage can be counteracted by minus 50% damage. I mean, that's not always true. It depends on when you get the minus 50% damage. But still, at the very worst, you are completely negating the 50% damage reduction on enemies, which is more damage. So, Glimpse and Thrill kill any potential run of fun a run could have. On the contrary, dear sir, or madam, I have more fun when I don't have to spend a lot of time in the Mirror Dungeon. Well, that's just me. Phantom Pain? Phantom Pain is good. Queen of Hatred Dawn is sinking. Hold on, I have to read that in a second. Oh, 3 events in a row. Okay. If she's sinking, it's going to have a tough competition on the field. Like, I think she could replace Butler Faust on the 7th. I don't know, Butler Faust is pretty important. Like... I feel like there isn't enough of an incentive to actually run sinking since the fusions are whatever and the best gifts are able to be abused by everyone else. I mean, yeah, that's true. The fusions are whatever in a lot of archetypes, to be fair. I hope Queen of Hatred Dawn has a status that's actually pretty good. I hope they don't have a new status. I know they will, but... That's just modern ID design. Otis exists and does basically the same thing, but Otis inflicts a lot less sinking count, which is why Faust is better than Otis. Like, unironically, Butler Faust is better than Butler Otis. There's a reason I don't run Otis, and it's just because she doesn't do much. That Faust doesn't also do, and Faust has better other options. Queen of Hatred Dawn is generically good. Most IDs we've been getting are generically good nowadays. Like, I can't think of an ID that came out recently that wasn't at least good. Even the 2 that immediately come to your mind are good IDs. They're just not as good as everything else we've been getting. That'll work. I just use this as a better version of Midwinter Nightmare when I do my runs, so it works. Otis has the potency? Actually, Otis has the raw damage. I usually am able to get the feeling that the new MD is somewhat different than the old one. This is the first time that I can't feel that. The MD feels no different from the old one. That's the general feeling, yeah. Otis is better clashing in one more turn for Manor. Those are her big upsides. Yeah, I agree with that. And usually if you're running Reindeer Hong Lu, you want to have both anyways, because you want to have Manor as often as possible. For Hong Lu, specifically. Because Reindeer Hong Lu, getting a 50% chance to inflict sinking count with every hit is genuinely pretty awesome. Whoever in chat said Fluid Sack Pass. Shame on you. Here in this chat, we are telepole lovers. We aren't getting any more double odd IDs, from what I can understand. I miss them. I wish we were still getting them, but it doesn't seem like we're ever going to get them again. Sadly. Man, I don't want to do any of these. Like, these all suck. Sure. Part of me wants for Tremor to be able to create new stagger thresholds. I believe there are ways for them to do it, aren't there? Who was the last who's the last double odd ID? Lantern Yisang. Which was half a year ago at this point. And before Lantern Yisang, it was Fang Hunt Hong Lu. Which was another half a year, roughly. Two teams, one with Spice Bush, one with Solemn Lament, and the Solemn Lament team is for fights with Sanity, because I don't care about count, I just make this guy stop rolling heads. Yeah, that's fair. I don't like... I think that Spice Bush is still a very strong ID. I think Solemn Lament is better, but Spice Bush is still really good. It was Thumb Sinclair. No, it wasn't. Thumb Sinclair isn't even close to the power level of a double odd. He's way stronger. I don't understand why people are like this about Thumb Sinclair, because, yeah, I would have preferred if he was a double odd. But he is definitely along the power level of a triple odd ID. There's no denying that. I wish Fell Bullet wasn't on Yisang so we could use LCE Yisang and kill him. That is actually so correct. If it was on anybody else, it would be so much better. Difference between LCE and Fang Hunt is like 3 months. Yeah. Can't get over the fact the new N-Corp Yisang ID being given this to the same guy that has the gives benefit from dying from ID. We were so close. To be fair, Faust also has an ID that gives benefits from dying. The problem is that Faust likes to die from her own skill, so it doesn't help as much. Being messaged by my girlfriend. In this chat, we commit. I'm not reading that out loud. That'll get my stream demonetized. Shoutouts to Spicebush because I used him in one fight for floor 6 when grinding the last few achievements, and he got 40% of total damage dealt with a single sinking deluge. That could happen, yeah. This guy I will fight because it's just a free sinking gift. El Tree Snare, yet another sinking gift that just increases your damage. I do love that for that Sinclair ID, they were like, why does he have 2 skills? Oh, cute. They made him lure 2 people because they realized that 1 person wasn't enough for this to matter. Okay. Yeah, like, they gave Thumb Sinclair the voice line for on Fight Lose and on Check Lose where he shoots himself in the head. It's like, okay, that's a little extra. I get it. Like, it makes sense for the ID, but man, they really did that, huh? Dawn has only 1 Rupture ID and it's Lantern Dawn. Yes, but it is a really good Rupture ID. Do we know when hard mode will return? Yeah, I think it's next week. It's either next week or the week after. See us getting a double awe for the Fairy Longlegs N-Corp ego with Contempt and Awe. The problem is that the unit that it makes most sense to give Contempt Awe to is Hong Lu, and I don't think they would do that when he's getting the other ID this season. It would be cool if they did, though. Can I do this with 2 level 2s? No. Give me a level 3 ego gift. I'll take that. A level 3 ego gift. Any of them. I literally don't care which one it is. Just a level 3 would be awesome. Okay. That works. I need to sell this. Damn. Hold on. What do I don't care about? I don't really care about, this can go. Alright, I swear to God. It's gonna do it to me again. I know it is. Oh no, it didn't. Awesome. Okay, we'll upgrade it later. Wei Honglu? No, Wei is going to be a Yisang ID. We already know that. I forgot that this guy could appear. Just in general. It is a little weird that they gave Yisang another seasonal ID right before he's about to get another one. I guess. That's true. Can I? There we go. I don't want to see a blue arrow targeting the front guy. Okay. Doesn't grinding tickets feel like a pain? Not really. I'm gonna be honest. Hi, Heathcliff. True. Hey, Faye. How's it going? Half expecting them to pull a switcheroo with us getting Otis way. No, I don't think they're going to. No. Gregor last season, yes. But last season, Gregor got the IDs 5 months apart. And I know it is an event ID. The thing that is making me confused by it is that they're going to be fairly close together. Not that they're giving him 2. I don't care about that. I want him dead. Get rid of him. Go, my Yi-Sang. That was enough to... Oh, he just... I didn't realize the fight ends if he dies. I don't think I've ever killed him first. Wait, it's probably going to be Rupture and Poise. Yes. I would not be surprised if he does. Alright, I'll take Pendant of Nostalgia, sure. It's not useless. I don't really feel like playing Murder on the Warp Express. I think I'm just... I could do Time Killing Time, but that's a long pack. I'll just refresh. That'll work. How goes the MDs? They're fine. Also, being fair, Gregor only got it because people wanted it. That's true. Everybody was like, we need a Fire Fist ID. And then Project Moon was like, okay. Also, yeah, Mount Otis was last season. That's important to note, too. Rupture Poise and likely counter under Heisho since it's a way ID in Marks. What? Well, it's gonna support Family Hierarch Ishmael most likely. I doubt Wei will be posture due to him having a horse Heisho, and I doubt there'd be 3 Rupture Heishos in a row. You know, we have 5 Heisho IDs, and all 5 of them are Rupture. Keep hoping we'll get Farm Watch someday. I don't think we're going to. I don't need to be that guy, but I feel like maybe Farm Watch is unlikely at this point. Do you think we'll get another Fire Fist this season? For Jiahuan, Shuipan, and Lindeo. If any of them are going to get an ID this season, I expect it to be Shuipan. And the reason I say that is because I expect Lindeo to continue to be a character that is in the story. And it's too early to give us a Jiahuan ID. He's too powerful. I say that like we didn't just get a Lei Heng ID, but don't worry about it. Oh, Carmilla. That's gonna speed things up. Chains. They're saving Farm Watch for Anniversary. Which one? The last Anniversary didn't even have IDs. I don't think. We need a Lindeo ID? I don't really think we need it. It would just be another Poise ID. Poise is pretty saturated at this point. Like, it's still good to see more, but... We aren't getting Kongqiu ID Honglu, but we are, though. We know that from the live stream that they did. Like, they showed the silhouette and everything. It is Kongqiu. Yeah, Lindeo, I would say we don't need Lindeo, but wanting Lindeo is absolutely fine. I think the bows are an Ishmael reference? No, they're not. Shichin Ishmael finally realizes her potential with... I want you to perish. For the power scaling comment. Hold on, what? Oh, sorry. No, okay, that was a response to something I said. Sorry. No, that makes sense. The bows are a Dalok reference. That's true. How long till the Valp is finally here? Probably about 2 weeks from now. Valpurgis knocked 6, only a week away. Dies of death rate. If every single different branch of the Heisho has a different death rate, I think then using Family Hierarch Ishmael is probably going to become better because she just likes having a bunch of different debuffs. Kongqiu Honglu can hit allies? No. Please don't make him like that. I don't want that. I don't think anybody actually wants that. They said he's gonna synergize with death rates, didn't they? 2 weeks, damn, I am already broke. I'm getting pretty close to running out of resources, actually. Yes, please. Alright. Enhance artistic sense. Probably enhance Carmilla, because it'll just speed things up. I don't really care about any other gifts right now. Also, this is Hurtley, isn't it? God dang it. Why does it have to be these idiots? Why is it always you three? Heishos. Oh, my bad. To be fair, Kongqiu has like 4 different death rights in his fight. Do you love the city you live in? No, I hate it here. And it's all these guys' fault. Also, I've done like 600 damage per hit on this guy. I'm literally just win rating against these because I do not care about them. We're gonna be here for a minute. I just don't like this fight because it's so stally. It's the reason I religiously avoid any pack that could possibly give Hurtley. I'm doing it because Broken Compass is a reward for this pack. The only thing Kim stated is that he will synergize with all Heishos in the fight and on the backline, future-proof him. We didn't say how. Okay, fair enough. Do you love the Home Depot that you live in? Not really. It's really expensive in here, man. Hurtley was made to cure insomnia? I had to think about that sentence. I was like, but it makes me fall asleep. And then it's like, yeah, that was the joke. No, I love the Steam Transport Machine fight. In Mirror Dungeon, the Steam Transport Machine fight lasts like 3 turns at most. And even in the Railway, I actually really like that fight. No, we just keep fighting. I don't care enough. Like, it's just a well-designed fight. I probably am weird, because there's a bunch of fights in Railway 2 that a lot of people dislike. Understandably so. But 2 of them being Shock Centipede and Steam Transport Machine, I think got an unfair rap. The best part of not knowing much about this game is that I feel like a baby watching Cocomelon when I play shit. I mean, it does kind of have that energy to it, doesn't it? Like, I'm not even doing anything, and I'm playing the game. I like the gimmick for Steam Transport. It's a good gimmick. It is a little bit stally, and that's why people didn't like it. Especially since the turn requirement for that railway specifically was so harsh. Like, insanely harsh to get under 150 turns there. Fey Lantern, here's the most egregious opinion I will espouse about Railway 2. The worst fight in Railway 2 is Fey Lantern. I don't know what the gimmick for Steam Transport Machine is. The thing about it is that it doesn't really work outside of the railway. He gained a status effect based on how many total turns in railway you have been taking. And then he alternates having damage up and fragile and having damage down and protection every other turn. I don't mind Shock Centipede that much. Steam Transport was just stalling. That's fair. Shock Centipede is interesting because on every subsequent fight, I managed to kill it a turn faster despite it having more HP. Smokes and Wires doesn't really do anything, but whatever. Broken Compass. Toad. Totally awesome. I think that the Drifting Fox fight is good, and in the railway, it was awful. I don't think that that's an unpopular opinion. I think it was probably the worst fight. The worst fight that got changed from its original fight, I should say. Alright, who's gonna be at 0 SP this time? Let's find out. Funny that they save your skill rotations in Railroad 2, but Fey Lantern casually randomizes them. Yeah. True. What was it like originally? Which part? Do you just mean Railroad 2 in general? Give me a Limbus Abno fight hot take. Thank you, Pookie. My hottest take about Limbus Abno fights is that Sleeping Bag of a Bygone Day was not that good of a fight. Like, it's fine. It has a mechanic. You can interact with it. But mostly you just kill it. No, I'm probably never going to use Lament Mourn Despair in Mirror Dungeon. There's just not a reason to. Railway 2 was not fun. That's not a hot take. I think everyone agrees with that. Coldest take ever. Okay, White Gossipium is one of the best fights in the game. There you go, there's my hot take. Bloodstained Gossipium is a fantastic fight. One of the best in the game. One of the most interactive fights in the game. How about that? I don't know, I did the boss fight tier list the one time. Lasso's a good fight? Wrong. Lasso is a bad fight. It's actually objectively terrible. Thought Poise was his mechanic? Not really. Sleeping Bag's music, but it's not even Sleeping Bag's music, it's just a theme from Kanto 5. It's the regular fight theme. Can't wait for Railroad 2 rerun so I can see why everyone isn't hyping it up. I love unclashable attacks. No, but in the case of Bloodstained Gossipium, it was genuinely good. Hello, John Limbus Company. Lasso, I'm not... Like, Lasso is, like, fine. It's just kind of a big guy, though, is the problem. The mechanic doesn't do anything, is why I don't like the Lasso fight. Kanto 5 was so long ago? That's true, it's like a year ago at this point. More than a year ago, actually. The issue with Rose Hunter is that it just kind of is just a guy. There's really not a mechanic you can interact with. At least with Lasso, you can interact with this mechanic. I interact with that mechanic enough to kill the thing every turn it spawns, and that's it. Most of the time, I don't even need to target it because I have a general skill that's AoE. Kanto 3 was 2 years ago. It's actually more than 2 years ago. Teddy Bear is fine, too. Like, I think the Teddy Bear fight usually doesn't last long enough for it to matter. But it's okay. Compared to Rose Hunter, it's definitely better. I hate bosses ignoring aggro. Only time I struggled with Lasso was in the story dungeon because my sinners were all half dead. Well, the problem with story dungeon Abno fights is usually it resets your SP before you have to fight them too. Do I have any I guess I do have a single coin skill, don't I? Lasso's placement in Railroad 5 was pretty good since the debuffs carry over, but the Class 3 Pekatola do the same thing but more threateningly. The Class 3 Pekatola and Railway... Wow. The Class 3 Pekatola and Railway 5 were unironically one of the most dangerous things. Sorry, SQ, but Railway 2 should rot. Nobody wants that thing back. And when new players do it, they will also despise it. I think that not even SQ wants that one back. I think the only reason that even SQ would want that one back is just for consistency's sake, so that we have all of them. But aside from that, I don't think anybody's complaining about that one being gone. Alright, is there any, like, tier 3s that I can make that help me? Because Distant Star doesn't really do anything, does it? But it's just, like, the reason I don't like Rose Hunter is not that it's a bad fight, it's just that it's just kind of there. It doesn't do much. That's my big complaint with a lot of fights in this game, to be honest with you. Is that there's nothing special about them. They're just kind of any other single target boss fight, you know? Let's just keyword refresh. I don't think there's any syncing gifts that I can get, actually, that matter, now that I think about it. Railway Botgox have the anniversary start dash seasonal ID selectors instead of current season ones. That would be nice, yeah. I agree with that. Cigarette holder? Cigarette holder? Broken greatsword? No thanks. No cigarette holder. Okay. This is the toad, by the way. Der Flugschütz is such a waste of a cool Abno. I feel like they missed so much. On the contrary, I think Der Flugschütz is one of the best fights in the game. in terms of being a fight with mechanics that you actually get to interact with. I know sinking teams can just skip its mechanics entirely, but I'm going to operate on the assumption the majority of people did not do that on their first fight. Coin? I'm be so real, I don't think the coin's gonna matter too much. It does relegate Rose Hunter to just a guy that applies Rupture for the next boss, yeah. Exactly. When PM makes fights that are actually difficult and require you to engage with the mechanics, they just end up getting nerfed into standard normal boss fights. Did they? I don't feel like Der Flugschütze is that easy, necessarily. I think it's not the hardest fight ever, but it's definitely not, like, you know. I like the fights that let you use your brain to be able to do them better. And Der Flugschütze is one of those. Him and Jaja have the do my mechanic barrier. They don't, though, because you can skip Flugschütze's mechanic pretty easily, actually. Alright, we'll do Tremor for the last one, I think. Just because I don't do Tremor runs very often, and also it lets me use the thumb IDs, which I like. Also, I'm gaining more Starlight than I'm spending, so that's funny. Probably because I've got weekly bonuses, but you know. Do you think they'll tweak Railroad 1 at all, outside of making it viable for 7 Sinners? I don't know, I'm gonna be honest. It's one of those situations where we'll just have to wait and see. I hope they balance it so that it's higher, like... that it's on par for the current content. I would like it to scale based on where you are in the story, but I don't know how reasonable that is of a request, so... $400 Roses is not great, but that's just because it's cinematic. I thought 400 Roses was, like, fine. Triple Tails Tangle Cleaver deals 48 damage to an enemy that is weak to it. Had a level cap to be future-proof? I mean, they probably will, yeah. It's like every railway kind of just has like one really good fight that everybody can agree is a good fight. Railway 1 didn't. Nobody agreed that any of those fights were good at the start, but I maintain that My Form Empties is a good boss fight. Railway 2, I mean, Wayward Passenger is a cool fight. The problem with Wayward Passenger is that you only got to fight it once. Steam Transport Machine, I think, is also a pretty cool fight, but I know a lot of people don't agree with me on that. Railway 3, coolest fight was Drenched Gossipium without even, like... It's not even a question. That is the best fight from a railway, I would say. Spiral of Contempt is also alright. It's just a little weird. The mechanics are awkward. MFE is just Vino realization, but again... Yeah, but it's, like, toned down and you can actually interact with it, you know? I enjoyed MFE, but running him into Mirror Dungeon is hell. I think avoiding him in Mirror Dungeon is completely, like, understandable. I think that that's, like, the most understandable thing in the world. Railway 4... Railway 4 did not have a good new Abno. Actually, now that I think about it, all of Railway 4's new Abnos were kind of lame. And then Railway 5 has flick shoots. Hey, Ziv. I cannot believe it is the Oasco of the Zook. Someone that is stupid and fought MFE without sanity multiple times because I can't skip a fight in an event. The fight is alright. You know what? That's the most lenient observation anyway. If they level cap the content, new IDs will be too strong since the inherent damage bonuses of skills tend to be compensated by the fact that they are at higher levels and everyone gets tankier. Maybe? Was King and Binds not new? It's a new fight. I wouldn't call it a good fight. I think that... Honestly, I think that Portrait of a Certain Day was saved by the fact that you had to fight it starting at 0 SP. If you had to fight it with more SP, then it would just be annoying. This Limbus Company game seems kind of fire. I hope its gameplay is good and varied. Why are you doing this, Ziv? I assume if you do the sheet mechanics, it's difficult, maybe? No. It's just kind of boring. It takes a long time if you're not using Tremor. There's really nothing to say about it. Wow, that keyword refresh didn't even give me a Tremor gift. Cool. Alright, let's just leave. I'm not getting another Tremor gift. What was 400 Roses' gimmick aside from Blood Feast? No, that was it. That was basically its only gimmick. It was very tanky. Like, they wanted to make 400 Roses' gimmick be, as you select the buffs from the previous fights, you're kind of designing the fight as you go. But the fight is so standard outside of that fact that it doesn't really matter what you pick, it's going to feel the same every time you do it. Even giving the boss 2 coin power didn't really change much. And because I did that. I beat the fight in like 6-ish turns. Something like that. I was using Burn. The season's Abnos are strange in the way that we already fought 2 of them, and I don't know where they would even put the Yinglong one. Well, if they were having a railway this season, Yinglong would be the end boss of it. You run full stop Honglu and Tremor outside of Mirror Dungeon. No. No, I prefer my Tremor teams to be Tremor teams. I don't think there's any problem with running full stop Honglu and Tremor, though. He does have good Sin affinities for it, after all. I don't want Oil Gunked Spanner, it's kind of lame. Give me something useful. None of this is useful. Fine, I'll take Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Yinglong is a giant creature, but, like, so is Apocalypse Bird, so, you know. I don't think it would be weird to have us fight it. Here's how the Yinglong fight would go. You would spend 3 turns fighting its outside and not doing much damage, and then it would eat you, and you would fight its heart. I think that would be a cool way to make that fight, because that's kind of what it does as Honglu's ego anyway. Yinglong is long. True? Actually? Howdy, silly. It was funny of how much I struggled with Section 2 of Railway 5 and how easy Section 3 was with a bleed team. Well, it's just because you get to steal all of the Blood Feast from the enemy. Long is in the name. True. It's because long is the Chinese word for dragon. Hey, Allie. Just finished trying out Mirror Dungeon 6. It doesn't feel different. I need the hard mode. That's my exact opinion, yeah. We need more Tremor IDs. Actually, there's a Tremor ID on every Sinner. So... I just realized they did this same gimmick 3 times. I don't feel like Garden of Thorns did it very well. I think Garden of Thorns was just like a decent fight. It wasn't very difficult. It was okay. Now Contempt, with Spiral of Contempt, I would argue that it doesn't work the same way. Because Spiral of Contempt kind of relies on you having status effects to reduce its sin affinity damage. And not every status effect was completely 100% bound to a sin affinity back then. This MD6 kind of be like MD5, but one more. So true. Tremor is such a tragic status when Full Stop, Honglu, and Heisho Faust are meta for the team. No, I think that actually makes it cool. Is exactly zero lunacy enough for Vulpigris Act, guys? No, I don't think you have enough. I'll be honest. They should have brought back the Starlight in some way. I don't really like the Starlight mechanics, so I don't really mind it being different. Why do I have Deca Millennial Stupot? I didn't even see it when I got that. More meant, would people want another railway where you fight Talisman and Centipede? I guess they could add other Abnos. I think... So That No One May Cry is weird to get an ego this late as a seasonal ego. I think they mostly put him there because of all the other Talisman stuff that was in the Kanto. I would probably expect them to put one of the one of the standard fare ego abnormalities that hasn't been a fight yet into there instead of him. So it'd be like Centipede Apostle, Yinglong, and then we have a choice between like Heavenly Executor Scribe, Basilisoup, are those the only 2 abnormalities from this game that haven't gotten fights? Are those 2? Am I I feel like I'm definitely forgetting something. Oh, yeah. Pagoda Veneration. That's the other one. You're right. Are those the only 3? Scorched Girl isn't new to this game, so I don't count it. I don't think we're ever going to get Scorched Girl, Spider Bud, opened can of well cheers. Phantom Pain guy hasn't gotten an ego. The Rudolta Aberration, yeah. Sandolph hasn't gotten one, that's true. I will take Sun Shower because Sloth. Can I make a tier 2 Tremor gift right now? Yes. This is useless. Hey, that was the one I wanted. Cool. Coupled Oscillation. Yeah, we'll power up Oscillating Bracelet. It's just more Tremor. Okay. Midwinter Nightmare? That's Fey Lantern. Any Abno that was in Ruina is probably off limits. That would be what I would assume too. I would say none of the ones that we've already fought and none of the ones that were in a previous game. So, like, of Abnos that we have seen in a capacity more than a Mirror Dungeon event, it's Sandal, Basilisoup, Pagoda Veneration, Heavenly Executor's Scribe, and I guess Cozy Bed. Burning Duchess, too, yeah. I forgot Burning Duchess exists. Because it doesn't even have a Mirror Dungeon event. It's just an ego. If they make Burning Duchess a full fight, I want her to hit me so hard that it knocks me outside the cycle of reincarnation. What? Oh, yeah, Clockwork Time Roly-Poly. Can you violently wake me to shake me to wake me up? I'm still eepy. I suppose. Oh, yeah, Time Duck. I'm forgetting all of these random sloth abnormalities that just have ego but haven't been fights at all. For whatever reason, like, there's just a ton of tremor abnos that are like that. Cozy Bed, Clockwork Time Roly-Poly. The third one that I've already forgot, Time Duck. That's what it's called. Okay, I don't really want to fight you again, I'm gonna be honest. Actually, I'll refresh once. Kaleidoscope. Yeah, green... I mean, this might give me Spice Push as a boss fight, but I'll still take it. Did Wishing Karen ever get one? No. Pagoda Veneration just isn't fightable. It's been in the game forever, but we just can't fight it. Now, granted, it didn't actually have an Abno event in the first Mirror Dungeon. It was just an ego on launch. Every time they want to introduce a new amplitude conversion, they make up another Abno. Is that true? I know it happens with new IDs. No, because Cavernous Wailing is for Glupo. Gotta head off. See you later, Gujibo. Wishing Karen Dawn is the most forgettable ego in the game. But you remembered it, so that's not true. So what's an ego that you don't remember? Because that's important. And why is it Effervescent Corrosion Honglu? Oh, speaking of Pagoda Veneration. Weird that this guy's probably gonna be a poise fight. But oh well. I didn't mean it to be true, but it made me question if it was true. This guy keeps showing up. Soup Don. Nope. Wrong. I actually like the concept of Soup Don. I just wish it was better. At the end of the game's service, Tremor will have a Limbillion variant? Probably, yeah. We still don't have an ID that has Tremor distribution, after all. Effervescent Corrosion Honglu is memorable due to how bad it is. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Soup! True. Holiday Otis is good. Holiday Otis isn't forgettable at all. I use that forever in Burn. Like, it's a good ego in Burn. It's just that she has a Burn ego in that slot now. Reverse Souped On for Envy? That would be nice, yeah. Just another Envy Resonance ego that isn't charge-based would be cool. Yeah, Holiday Otis is just a solid ego all around. Convert 2 Envy into the least owned Sin Affinity. Oh, that's what you mean. Actually, that would be pretty good. Soda Ryoshu? I can never forget about Soda Ryoshu, because I know the second that she gets a sinking ID, that ego will see use. It isn't a bad ego, there's just no use case right now. Personally, I'm holding out for them making charge variants. I mean, they have made a couple. They're just not really that special. Oh, cool. Let's fuse Downpour, hopefully. Oh, I do not have a lot of tier 3s right now. That'll work. I don't want to get rid of Sun Shower, so I'm gonna get rid of Sun Shower anyways, I think. Because it'd be funny. God dang it! Why are you like this? I hate this video game sometimes, man. Do I have anything else worth selling? I could sell this. And this. Yeah, let's get Bloody Gadget upgraded too. There. Downpour acquired. Rock. I want to know what Abnormality gives the tier 4 gifts. They made a bunch of cool charge IDs with the sheet. I had to double take because you're right. You're just correct. I just didn't think of it for a second. I was like, huh? But they're poise IDs. No, they are charge IDs. Baba Yaga's a tough. Sinclair gets an actual sinking ID one day. Yeah. Charge is a sad status since it's locked into the sci-fi aesthetic limiting potential enemies. It's not. Because we've seen it on the She Mercenaries. The Downpour Abno is a barkeep. Yeah, and the thing is, once we see it, we will instantly see a bunch of art of that barkeep. Because I imagine it having a similar body type to Der Freischütz. So people would immediately classify it as something like that, you know? I will take Kaleidoscope. I mean, technically this is the best thing here. So. Eventually we'll fight that guy that Lunar Memory is made of in Refraction Railway, and we're going to get folded like laundry. I mean, it's just going to make it so attacks deal more damage. It wouldn't be a very interesting fight. Somebody clip me saying that so that when we get it in 4 years, and it's the most interesting fight in the game, I can be proven wrong. Because the thing is, whatever Abno has that gift, that Abno has 11 gifts. Every single fragment and memory is part of the same abnormality. Abner memory. Abno is Project Moon itself. You know, it does have the word moon in it. So there's that. It's John Lunar. Oh no, this one poor soul. Pick the boss weakness gimmick for the 4th time. Except it doesn't let you pick the boss's weakness, it lets you pick your own weakness. Most interesting fight will be the Apocalypse Bird fight for the 10-year anniversary where we ride the moving Mephistopheles as it tries to rush us down. I don't think that that'll be the case. Apocalypse Bird doesn't strike me as the type of abnormality that would chase you around. What's the chance this one comic I saw comes true and an April Fool's event has you fighting... Okay. I think that it would be... If they're gonna do the pick your weaknesses gimmick again, you have to pick an amount of gems, and those gems that you have match to enemy sin affinities. And when an enemy uses a sin affinity of that type of gem, it is no longer unbreakable. So it encourages you to get a lot of gems, but it might make it so that getting all the gems is difficult. Good if you're an intruder in the Black Forest, I mean, I guess. I doubt we'll get any of the birds in Limbus. No, I think it's pretty likely we get all 3 of the main birds in Limbus. Laying in your lap, pets you. The Sooth the Dead Abno will be? I mean, we know what one of its pieces goes to. I don't remember what it... Rites of Incantation or something, I think it's called? It strikes me like it looks like the Mountain of Smiling Bodies, but I could just be wrong. It also kind of looks like the Smiling Faces. Can Apocalypse Bird even move outside of teleporting? We don't know. No way we won't get the birds in Limbus Company. Exactly. The birds are way too popular to not give us, basically. This is a tier 3 gift, I'll take it. Maybe I won't. I forgot how hard this gift's check is, despite being the gift being terrible. Disc Fragment is so bad. Alright, I'll take a 4th Unleashed Violence. Sure. That's not even a sinking gift. What the heck? Why? Hang on. Okay. How many level up events are you gonna get? All of them, apparently. It's just weird because it gave me... like, a gift that technically does something for me. But I don't want it. So there's that. What if I do this? Will this make it a tier 3? No, it'll just make the chance higher. That's a little annoying. I guess I don't really need reverberation. I'm gonna do this just because I think it's funny. Watch me not get it. Okay. There we go. What fight is this? Oh, this is the clan. Truly the rock of all time. Don't toss the rock, it's come all this way. I don't want it, though. I also maintain that Ambling Pearl is a cool fight. I just don't think it ever got a chance to be a cool fight. I think the concept behind it is very cool. With the multiple ways you can approach fighting it. But it was never given the right scenario where it could have been cool. If you fail the 99%, you get the new EX gift. Well, I'm not going to be resetting for that. Seems like really annoying, actually. Anyways, I killed it in one turn. Red order. I'll take temporal bridle. Yes. Ew. Never mind. I'll take blood, sweat, and tears. All right, fine. I don't like this floor layout at all. Hi, lads. Coffee. We'd be snorting coffee grounds in this chat. Anyways. Why is Disc Fragment a tier 3 gift? It's worse than a tier 1 or a tier 2. Yeah, good question. Disc Fragment is genuinely one of the worst gifts in the game. I did an ego gift tier list before, remember? Disc Fragment, I believe, was in the bottom tier. Just because it doesn't do anything. Coming in late, any notable differences? We have literally not encountered anything new yet. I've been playing, this is my third run. And that's not a good sign, honestly. It gives me an excuse to play the game for a couple hours at least. What do you mean it doesn't do anything? It lines my pocket with a couple hundred cost. You know what? Fair enough. You can run only Blade Lineage in Kurokuma. What are you talking about? There's 12 Sinners, each one has one ID from either Blade Lineage or Kurokuma. There's no overlap. Disc Fragment is 1/3 of Glimpse of Flames. You know what? True. I kind of want to see that Abnormality get an ego. And it be like, oh, a Gluttony ego that generates ego resources for the ego resource types that you have the least of. Or something like that. That would be cool. Didn't they add a new theme packs for Kanto 8? No. There are no new theme packs in the normal mode. for Kurokuma Otis to end up like W Corp Rodian forever in the background of an uptight art and never an actual ID? How do you think 7 Association Merceau feels? Everybody forgets about him, despite him existing in the mirror world. No, W Corp Rodian will appear once we get to the rerun of Warp Train. Don't worry. They would never give us a Cassetti ID anyways. Rose Banner Dawn is definitely never happening. Just like how Talisman Rodian is definitely never happening, especially since they nerfed Talismans. That's technically 9 HP. So I guess. I have both of the gifts this guy gives, I'm just gonna do the normal fight. If 7 Merceau is anything like Warp Merceau, then I'd rather he keeps hiding. What is wrong with Warp Merceau is fine. He's like a decent charge ID. What are you talking about? Spy Heath. The problem with the Spy Dawn and Spy Heath is that they're probably of ranks that they don't want us to get anymore. Same with Merceau, honestly, but you get the point. Then again, Liu Yisang ended up being Section 3, so... Or Section 4? I don't actually remember. He was good, anyways. Leave Warp Merceau alone. He did nothing wrong. Exactly. He's fine. He's terrible at Updie 3. At Updie 4, he becomes a pretty good ID. Section 3? Fair enough. Rodian gets 2 rerun IDs? I don't think they care that much about whether or not it's a rerun. I'll be honest. Alright, love you. Mwah. We'll get some sleep, hon. I guess I can enhance this. Well, don't mind if I do. I guess I'll take this back. We get 2 Divi IDs and not more T-Corp guys. Actually, I would like more T-Corp guys, I just don't like Time Moratorium. I think their aesthetic is cool. I think it was 1 ID and 1 Ego, yeah. It's for Warp Express rerun, they said 2 of something, but we don't know which is which. See if anything funny pops up by refreshing here. Nope. Okay. T-Corp looks cool, but not on our Sinners. T-Dawn looks ugly. Well, that's just a fact of it being Dawn, I think. Hey chat, wanna see if I can kill this fox in 1 turn? Can I not clash with this at all? Oh, it's double attacking Heathcliff. I see. Nobody can look good in T-Corp enforcement garb. It's an opinion. It's a reasonable opinion, I'd say. 2-dimension shredders, let's go! So true, actually. Why are you going first? I guess because he was flashing. Alright, see you later, Faye. Oh hey, I killed it. I'm not surprised. 7,000 dimension shredders. Okay. Anyways. If we keep adding dimension shredders, eventually we'll get one with Zippo. That's actually true. I feel like they probably won't give us blue Zippo as a passive, though. It's a little strong. I mean, they did give us a weakened version of Grand Welcome, I suppose. But yeah, if we go into the theme pack thing, you can see there's no new theme packs in here, sadly. And there's actually only 10 new gifts total. I feel like there's probably more than 10 new gifts. Because they did something like this last time, too. Where they showed a few, and then we got more when hard mode got added. But who knows? Yeah, it's all gonna be from hard mode packs. I think only like 3 of these are obtainable right now. Just +1 gloom every turn. I don't even know why they're doing that here. Only 2 are obtainable right now, really? It's just cost one and the other one? But, anyways, I did my 3 runs. I think I'll probably stop for now. It's a bit of a short stream, but there's really not much to see, if we're being honest. So, thanks for watching. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna re-record my script for my video and probably start editing it tonight. I'll have it out on Saturday, because I don't know exactly what it's gonna look like, since I don't have exactly everything I would normally have. But I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna head out. So, have a good day.